Hi everyone, Dave here back with another video. Today I wanted to discuss some of my personal tips for getting into anime for the first time. I've had a few of my buddies ask me, mainly after I kind of bullied them into watching anime for a few years. But they asked me, okay Dave, what do I start with? And I've heard other people ask, like on forums and Reddit and whatever, okay, what's the best to start with? And I thought today I would make a video giving a few of my personal options and picks um, on, you're just hopping into anime for the first time, where's a good place to start? Um, so I have three specific anime, and then I have three kind of broader topics that I wanted to discuss today. So let's just hop into it. So if somebody asks me, just name one anime that, like, they stop me on the street, shake me by the shoulders and say, Dave, what's the best anime to start with? I'll tell them honestly, I believe it to be One Punch Man, which is fitting because I got the little wall scroll right there. But yeah, I legitimately believe it to be One Punch Man because it's a comedy. First off, some people may not like horror or romance or a thriller or whatever, but I have yet to meet one person that says, yeah, laughing, it's just not for me. I just don't enjoy laughter at all. I don't know, it's not really my thing. Like, find me that person and I'll, call the cops because that's just weird. But I've never met that person before. So it's immediately accessible because it's funny. It's very funny. And it's a superhero show. And superheroes are the, top tier right now when it comes to media. I mean, with all the Marvel movies, all the DC movies, the shows, the books, the comics, the whatever, um, it's an incredibly accessible genre, an incredibly accessible and understandable media or medium to go from. So you start with a comedy, which again is accessible. You start with superheroes, which everybody understands for the most part. And also, it's not a very long anime. At least the first season is like 24 episodes. I know season 2 I think is on the way. As of recording, I don't know what the deal is with that, but I could just be out of the loop on that. They could have announced something already, and I just haven't been keeping up. But in all honesty, that's my number one pick. If you were to say, hey Dave, what's an anime to start with? I always recommend One Punch Man. It just makes the most sense to me. Second anime I recommend is to start with is still in that vein of being very accessible, and that is Ghost Stories. Again, a comedy, at least a dub, and all of these picks are going off of dubs. Not that it really matters, but I feel like if you're just getting into anime for the first time, you're probably going to start with a dub, unless you really want to get the full experience of sub, which is totally fine. But for the most part, I would, at least the way I interpret it, as a new anime watcher, you would want to just watch what's easiest and what's most available. And well, at least here in the US, dub is the most accessible because it's, English. But anyway, so Ghost Stories is hilarious. And again, another understandable, accessible premise with basically the way I describe Ghost Stories is if the creators of South Park made Scooby-Doo. That's literally the easiest way to describe it. The episodes in the show, there are a few overarching plot lines and things like that, but really it's just we have a ghost or a demon, we figure out what to do, we take care of it, and then we make jokes along the way which keep the viewer interested. And admittedly, a lot of the jokes that were recorded back then probably wouldn't fly very well today. But if you look at it through the lens of, and I'm not saying that the humor is on the same level as South Park, but if you look at it through that lens of we're not trying to say fucked up shit just to say fucked up shit, but there's kind of an underlying, commentary, the juxtaposition of, and the same reason why South Park is so interesting is you have these crazy things being said by children, and it makes it even more crazy and funny. Um, so I would definitely recommend Ghost Stories. And yeah, I think it's great. And then the third anime that I recommend to start with is Yu Yu Hakusho. The very personal pick to me. It's just my favorite anime, and in all honesty, I think it's one of the best anime ever made. So if I'm being serious about a first initial anime, I'll tell people, Ghost Stories or One Punch Man. But I'll also add in watch Yu Yu Hakusho just because it's awesome, and I think more people need to watch it because I don't think it gets talked about nearly as much as it should. At least in the circles I run in, I don't hear it talked about enough. So yeah, anyway, yeah. So if you're looking for a specific recommendation from me, those three I think are great anime to start with. But I wanted to talk about three more kind of broader topics when it comes to starting to get into anime. The first is honestly just watch Studio Ghibli or Ghibli, however you want to pronounce it. Very accessible films, very good films. It's in that same anime style. Essentially, Ghibli has their own style. Um, I've heard some people not really consider it to be full-fledged anime. I do, just because it's close enough. I don't really know why people wouldn't consider it anime, but regardless, it is for lack of a better term. Um, but the movies are all great. Again, going off of dubs, at least here in the U.S., very great casting for the most part, with very recognizable actors. So you already have that, that intrigue because you hear like I don't know Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in this movie. Oh, cool. Or John Krasinski's in this movie. I love The Office. Let's watch The Wind Rises because he's in it, which is my personal favorite Ghibli movie, by the way. The Wind Rises is a great movie. Um, but yeah, honestly, I feel like that's just a great place to start because most of their movies are like 10 out of 10 films, like really great films. And yeah, they're just super popular, have a lot of great accessibility. Some of them have a wide range of what they're about and what they feature and everything like that. So it's a good starting point. My next one is kind of a cop out, but I'll flush it out as we talk a little bit more. Honestly, if you want to get into anime, just watch whatever's popular. Now, there are a few caveats to that. If you want to get into anime and you're like, I don't care what I watch, I just see cool art and I see these cool characters and I hear people talk about it and I just want to get into it and I don't care what it is, then this tip is for you. Um, you know, watch whatever's popular. Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, My Hero, when those were at their peak, everyone was talking about those. And they're still incredibly popular. And now Spy Family is rising up in the ranks. So again, just watch whatever's popular. That if you don't care about like specifically what you want to watch, if you're just like wanting to watch anime just to get into anime, go ahead. Um, I wouldn't can I would also just keep in mind of like the length of some of these shows. Like for example, One Piece is one of the most popular anime of all time, if not the most popular anime of all time. Would I recommend that to a person on their first watch? No. No, I would not. Because it is so long. There's so much to keep up with. But hey, if you love pirates and you want to hop into One Piece as your first big foray in anime, go for it. Honestly, if you've done that, leave a comment down below. I'll, comment a salute or a hand clap emoji or something because you are a real trooper. Um, but anyway, back to the original point. Yeah, watching whatever's popular kind of already gets you involved in the conversation. The popular anime for the most part are popular because they're good. So at least you know that you're going to get a good product out of it. And also just the fact that, you already have people to talk to and talk with. Um, if someone says, hey, someone comes up to you and says, hey, you gotta watch Demon Slayer, you're like, okay, I'll watch Demon Slayer. And now you already have someone to talk to about that. I don't have a whole lot of people I can talk to about anime mostly. And that's kind of one of the biggest reasons I even made this channel to begin with, was because I wanted a forum to discuss with people. Um, but yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it's a great start. It's a great way to just jump in and already have a community for the most part. And again, you're watching a popular anime for a reason. Then you'll be there when the movies start to come out, and then you can go see that and just be a part of the community. And that really helps, because when you feel like you're kind of outside of the community, and if you want to start with some super niche anime, I'm not telling you not to. If you find an anime, and we'll get into that in the last point, but if you find an anime that's super cool to you and you love it, go for it. But when you watch the more popular stuff, you have more people to talk to, and that inspires you to watch more anime, and that inspires you to maybe hang out with some people, make some new friends. Because at the end of the day, I love that that's kind of what anime is in the most part. I know there are some fan bases that can be a little toxic, and there are gatekeepers and everything, but the unfortunate reality of life is you're going to find assholes in any walk of life. You'll find gatekeepers in music, you'll find gatekeepers in cringy fan bases and in the fucking Marvel movies and shit. So if you're so don't let that deter you from getting into anime. If you want to get into anime, just do it, and don't give a fuck about, well, what's Naruto's favorite color? Like, who fucking cares? Like, it's probably orange. I don't know. His jumpsuit's orange. I don't know. It's irrelevant though. That's the whole point. So don't let any gatekeepers tell you can't watch shit. And if you start with the popular shit, don't let anybody say, oh, well, you haven't seen the, third season of I was reincarnated as a slime, which I don't even know if that has a third season yet. But like, don't let that deter you. You watch whatever you want to watch, and if it happens to be popular stuff, and if you like it, that just introduces you to more people, because again, the more popular the show, the more people are going to watch it. But that kind of leads into my final point, and it is in a weird way the antithesis of what I just said. Now, I prefaced the last point with saying, if you want to watch anything, like if you're just jumping in, just head first, cannonball, and like just give me any anime, watch what's popular. That's easy for you. But on the flip side, if you have specific tastes in the media you want to watch, don't do that. Okay, I know it sounds weird that I'm telling you not to do the thing that I just said, but let me explain. Again, if you don't care, watch whatever. But if you do care, and don't care about action, or don't want to watch a romance, or like me, I get scared a lot. I'm a little baby bitch boy, so I don't watch horror. So if someone who comes and recommends some horror anime, I don't want to force myself to watch that, because that's going to turn me off from not only the anime that I'm watching, but maybe horror as a genre. So if someone's constantly telling you, watch Demon Slayer, watch Demon Slayer, watch Demon Slayer, and you're like, well, I might as well, and then you watch it and you don't like it, that's going to potentially not only turn you off from Demon Slayer, but turn you off from anime in that genre, if not anime as a whole. So if you have stuff that you're specifically into, I guarantee that there's an anime for it. They make anime for anything. Just Google it. Like, if you like board games, board game anime. After School Dice Club. If you like farming anime. Silver Spoon and No Rin. Cooking anime, like Food Wars. Even though you probably shouldn't watch that with like other people around. Because that one gets a little raunchy. I don't know if that's a good starter. But again, that's kind of the point. Is like, there is no good or best starter. You have some of my opinions, obviously, as somebody who's been watching anime and watched a whole bunch of shows for years now. But really, the best starter anime is what's interesting to you and what's going to get you into the medium. For example, I love sports. I am a big sports guy. So growing up, I thought anime was just all action, cool hair, cool fights, and that's cool, that's fine. But when I discovered, wait a minute, they're making anime out of sports teams? It's sports and anime, two of God's greatest creations put together? That's awesome. Like, and not only does that get you more into anime, because there's a lot of slice of life elements in sports anime, for example. I like now love slice of life anime. Like sometimes I'll watch anime that are more slice of life than there are sports. Because I dipped my toe in the pool and watched what I liked, and then that branched off into new avenues for me. Um, but not only does it enhance your anime, but it enhances your previous interests as well. For example, I love sports. I love a lot of sports. Volleyball was a sport that I was like, I don't really care about that. And then 2 episodes into Haiku, I watched it with a buddy of mine, and we were like, volleyball's the greatest sport ever. And now I actually go out of my way to watch real volleyball whenever I can, because now I understand it more because of a show like Haiku. Um, so so really, at the end of the day, I can give you recommendations. I can tell you if you have a broad, like, I just want to watch anime, watch what's popular. That's fine. Don't ever force yourself to watch something that you don't like, because that's, one, just a waste of your time, and two, that might turn you off from anime as as a whole. Um, but really, the biggest thing is just watch whatever's interesting to you. Again, you like basket weaving? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a basket weaving anime. I wonder how that would look. Like, just like really intense music and the sweating, like, I have to weave the thread through. Like, yeah, just, that would be really funny, by the way. Totally off topic. But, anyway, so yeah, just at the end of the day, the biggest point, the biggest takeaway from getting into anime is just do it, but also, have it be one of your interests. And, just Google, honestly. But I've watched so much anime from so many different types. I would love to be able to help any new fans out there. So if you guys want a more direct opinion or more direct recommendation, leave a comment down below. Say, hey, Dave, I'm really into skateboarding. Are there any good skateboarding anime? Skate the Infinity. Hey, Dave, I'm really into fucking, I don't know, diving. uh, like scuba diving. Watch Grand Blue Dreaming. Stuff like that. So, and not only does that get you into anime, but you already have a connection because it's about something that you like. And then watching that show will help you open up, like I said, open up avenues into new anime. So you in my case, start watching sports anime, realize, oh, I really like the slice of life elements that they put in here. And then you start watching a more direct slice of life anime, and then that becomes one of your favorite genres. And again, that's, unique to just me, but that's just an example of my process. So now I watch everything from action stuff to slice of life to sports, like I originally started. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Again, if anything to take away from this video is that don't let any gatekeepers or any cringy fandoms try to steer you in one direction if you don't care or don't want to be steered in a direction. Just get into it, man. It's a great medium. There's a lot for everyone, and there are a lot of fun people and a lot of community that can be built from watching anime. You're going to find dickheads in any fandom, in any walk of life. Even just being a sports guy. I tell people I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and they're like, name the fucking third string quarterback of the 1978 Bills. It's like, dude, I don't fucking know. It's like, well, then you're not a real fan. It's like, okay, get lost. Okay, so you're gonna, unfortunately, just dickheads are gonna be dickheads regardless of any fandom or walk of life. So just get into what you enjoy and know that there are people out there that want to be a part of that with you. And I'm one of them. So if you're getting into anime, I'm so honored that I could potentially, with this video, be your start to anime. So if I helped you guys out at all or gave you some good advice, please let me know, because I love these sort of discussions, and I've always, like I said, this is why I created this channel, and I like the idea of us just talking as homies, just talking about anime. If you have any questions or need a recommendation, again, I've seen a lot of anime, so I'm not gonna definitively say, oh, I have an anime for everything, because I don't want to lie, because I haven't seen every anime. Obviously, that would be impossible. But if you're interested in a certain thing and want a recommendation, feel free to leave that down below. If you have any tips for me on future videos or on how I could, do better in a certain area, feel free to leave that down below. I hope this video was helpful. Good luck and have fun. The most important thing is to just have fun on your anime journey. Let me know what you guys are watching. Let me know what you decided to start watching and pick up. I could potentially do a video like this for manga, but I feel like a lot of my points would be the same. But just let me know if you guys want to see anything like that from me. I've got some irons in the fire right now. More videos coming. Thank you again for 100 subscribers. Really means a lot. And I'm just gonna keep cooking. Pumping out content, pumping out videos for you guys. So I really appreciate the support. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.